Hello whisky lovers, Jock from Scotch and and here today in the Scotch Whisky experience in Edinburgh. In Edinburgh, it's a huge building. You can get all sorts of tours in the building. There's a silver tour, a gold tour and a platinum tour with tastings at the end. You can get a look at the largest collection of whisky in the world in here. There's a huge private collection that was bought by Diageo from a Brazilian chap. They've got it all presented out in nice big glass cases and things like that. It's a great place to visit when you're in Edinburgh. If you're here with your wife and your wife is maybe not interested in whisky and wants to go shopping, you can come in and have a look around and your wife can go shopping. Or if it's the other way, that's a bit stereotypical. If the wife likes to have a good dram of whisky and the man prefers to go shopping, then you can do it the other way around if you like. Now, as the camera follows me around, you look at these. All the whiskies for sale here as well. You know, you can buy it. There's, you've got, of course, Ardbeg Ugadal here, which is selling for £54 and 95 pence. They've got specials on. The tour itself, we'll do a little. I'll do a little bit later on of the tour itself, where you can see the large collection of whisky, and there's a little kind of Disneyland types thing where you can go in a whisky barrel and it takes you along and teaches you how whisky's made. A great place to come when you're in Edinburgh, folks. So don't forget it. And the Scotch Whisky experience in Edinburgh, right in the centre, very close to the castle, all sorts of amenities close by, hotels and stuff like that. You don't have to go away out into the Highlands to find out about whisky. You can find it out here too. And you'll see me in a wee minute again. We'll just stick it on to the end of this film, the bit about the tour. We'll do a tour and we'll film some of that as well. And we'll just see you later on, right? Slanchiva!
You were already there.
Now the seat's a little bit lower than you think.
Thank you.
Look at the state of me. I'm soaked through. Still, I must complain. Fresh water is, after all, a vital ingredient in the art of making Scotch whisky. Aqua vita, or in Gaelic, Ushkavea, the water of life. Another vital ingredient is barley, which is steeped in water and brought here to the malting house to germinate. The maltman turns the barley, allowing it to breathe and sprout. Can you no smell that? That, my friends, is the sweet smell of malted barley being dried here in the kiln. More specifically, it's the smell of burning peat. Now, peat is a young form of coal, and another factor in determining a whisky's unique, final flavour. Oh, is it just me? Or is it getting a wee bit hot in here? Oh, it's yourself. I was just having a wee breather. A bit like the malt here in the malt store, you might say. It's, waiting, it's biding its time, building up its strength a wee bit. Oh well, that's it. Onwards and upwards. Well, downwards anyway. This is the mash tun, a container where we mix together the purest Scottish water with our grist from the mill. The sugar in the mixture is dissolved, producing a sweet liquid known as wort. The wort is then cooled, ready for the next stage. The residue left in the mash tun can be used to make animal feed. The one might not look that special, but let me assure you, this will become pure liquid gold. So what, I hear you ask, is the one magical ingredient which helps turn a malty, sugary wort into something with, well, let's say, a wee bit more of a kick to it? Well, the answer is right here. This is yeast. The importance of this microscopic yet explosive living organism simply cannot be underestimated. Amazing! And this is where the magic truly begins. This is the washback, where yeast meets wort and sugar turns to alcohol in a process known as fermentation. A heaving maelstrom of heat and foam. And if the whole thing threatens to get out of hand and overspill, you often switch a blade above, or keep the whole thing in check. And don't be taking too deep a breath in here, by the way. The vapors produced can fair pack a punch. The alcohol content at this point is still too low and needs to be increased. We do this during distillation. Now, pay attention. The liquid is heated in a pot still, and because alcohol boils at a lower temperature, it separates from the water. The vapor rises up the neck and is cooled and condensed back into a liquid by a copper coil immersed in cold water, known as the worm. Here we see the cooling and condensing process in action. The liquid is now known as low wines. But it needs to be distilled again to further increase its alcohol content. And that takes place here, in the spirit still. Each distillery has its own unique shape of copper pot still. Another factor in ensuring that each distillery produces its own unique flavour of Scotch whisky. By now, the liquid is so strong, it has to be kept under lock and key by customs and excise. Here in the spirit safe, the still man weaves his magic by judging precisely when to send the first part of the run, or 4 shots, and the last part of the run, or feint, back to be distilled again. Meanwhile, the middle cut, or heart of the run, is sent to the spirit receiver. But it's still not Scotch whisky. Oh no, not for a long while yet. These casks won't see the light of day for at least 3 years. Some not for 12 or even 50 years. During this period of maturation, a whisky's unique final flavour is further enhanced by the wood of the cask that it's stored in. Its clear colour changed to a golden Scotch whisky. Ah, the sweet smell of evaporating whisky. Up to 2% each year just disappears. The angel's share, they call it. Ah well. I'm away to join the angels myself. Slanjava.
Please wait for your car to stop before disembarking the ride.